Hello everyone, it's Napoleonic Wars Group 5 series again, and we are on Season 2, the 6v6 number 2, and we're actually at the brackets after they've done all their sort of joining in and all the rest of it. So you can see here, we've got MPF, Black Knight, Floss, 13E, NSS, CCP, and then Snappers and Enigma. And they will obviously, the winners of that will play Amaterasu, Virgins, Fusi, or Pussy, and Legends. So, we are in. And here we go with the first one. It is CCP versus NSS. And we're just going to turn the game sounds down a touch. So, you can see now the murdering already occurring as the the CCP guys definitely getting the edge on their opponents there, shutting down the NSS quite significantly. And over here on number 4 we've got Black Knights versus the MPP, Core, King Melcia of Rohan. There's a name I recognise as well. And hello. Let's see what's going on down here. There, though, we know about those guys. Anything going on number 3? There are things going on. And here is Fluss, the Joker. More Fluss, and yet more Fluss. And they are going up against the likes of the 13E. There's all the various members of the 13E there. And over here, the Snappers, ready to chomp your arm off. There's Irish and Mike, Frallerate and Firefly. And they are going up against the likes of Enigma, a German team, which is not surprising with a name like Enigma. And so let's see how Enigma get on against the Snappers. Will they manage to encode their way out of it, or will they get snapped? Well, it looks like they've already got the advantage in numbers. And, oh dear, that advantage has just been pared away. And right now, it's pretty equal with respect to numbers. But I'd say the French definitely have a bit of an advantage. They seem to have more of an initiative. There we go, another Frenchman has been finished off. And now it's literally 4v4. The next kill will give a big advantage. Look at this. They're separating off from 3v3 to 1v1, and they've got to be careful about moving those people away, because it is going to cause problems for them if they get cornered, double teamed. And this is what they got to watch out for. As there we go, they're going in. Snappers are going in for the kill. And that's exactly what they managed to do. Enigma finished off at the end there. So, Amaterasu, the new generation of French players, expected to be the favourites. Pussy, unfortunately, are down a few key members, so they will not be the usual force to be reckoned with that they normally are. As we're watching in on, there's Tim Left, there's a name I recognise, along with CCP. So, Tim Left snuffs it. So the commentator's curse runs again. So you can see NSS fighting back. And also, there's some guys in here, the old guard. Basically, the older generation of French meleeers. Been around for a while. And if I quickly check. So basically, you can see there is a French rivalry between Legends and Amaterasu. So, you know, that's always good to see. Bit of friendly rivalry. Obviously, let's not forget. French, an absolute force to be reckoned with in this game and in Melee in general. Very talented players. There's even been some... Well, along with the Finns and the Swedes, the French have always been talented gamers in my opinion. Along with the Germans. Now look at this, as we're watching the likes of NSS go up against Brain Dead Descent from CCP. And him and his teammates finish everybody off with no deaths on their side whatsoever. So we wander over to A4 to see how they're getting on with the Black Knights and MPP as we watch Melcio. Or Melcio. Yeah, Melcio of Rohan. Going in for a quick stamina grab. And you can see them starting to move around to one side. They've lost one of their numbers. In fact, they've lost 2 of their numbers. 3 of their numbers, in fact. Yeah, they've lost a lot more now. Oh, it's not going to go good for Melcio. Yeah, as indeed it proved to be. Diddled multiply with a 17 incher. Never the kind of thing you want to have on your to-do list. But, you know, these things happen. So we move over to see how CCP, there we go. The last remaining member. There, I think of Enigma finished off. Along with random suicides. There's the snappers. So. Let's see. Black Tham from Enigma. There's Nightwing. There's Velociraptor. Great name. Eastwind. Bunter Eagle. And Dark Templar. So, these guys getting set up, ready to go. Taking on the snappers. And here we go. Let's follow them. You can see them. The snappers trying to push them back on the left side. But they've got to be careful because you can see in the center, you've got one guy in danger of being double teamed. And he's got to be very careful with his position. You can see the danger of the double teaming going on in the middle. That's exactly what I was afraid of. Now the snappers are in trouble because they've got the numbers being circulated around. And yeah, that was unfortunate. Unfortunately for them, I think they may have been spread out a little bit too far maybe. And as a result of that, once they got one pick on one of those players, they were able to essentially exploit the advantage that was given to them and double team all over. Ah, Fluss says Falagna, Galvanar. Oh, goodness me. Yawning. Sorry. There's Camsel. Okay. Zerahun or Zeran. And Igloo. Patiently waiting. Blocking an attack. Another block going in there, or parry I should say. And look at this, fine parrying coming in from the Fluss, and there we go, they're starting to try and push, but they're getting pushed in the center. This is where Fluss is now going to have a bit of a problem, because they're in danger of being double teamed. In the centers, looking a little bit spiky, and there we go, they've lost another on their far left hand side, but they managed to take back one of the enemy, and this is where the envelopment of Fluss begins. So now they're pushing the advantage, and the 13E moving in, making use of the 4 versus 3 situation. Trying to corral them into one place, and then they're going to literally jump them. Yep, that's pretty much what's going to happen, and there's the jump. And there's the reminder to go to bed. So, let's see if we quickly go to F9. You can see the brackets here. We shall quickly refresh. So you can see here, MPP Black Knights, Fluss versus 13E. Look at that, 5-1 in favour of CCP versus NSS. And Snappers versus Enigma will take on the Legends. So you can see Pussy versus CCP will be in round 2. Fantastic stuff. So, let's just check. Okay. So, we're watching A3 is away. This is A3. With Fluss and the 13E. There's Tardet. Or Tardet, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Blackbeard. Fine block coming in from him. And it looks like the 13E are doing a number on Fluss. Yes, that's exactly what it looked like. The 13E moving to finish off the remaining members of Fluss. And down they go. The Joker finished off. And the last man standing is no longer standing. So, good result for them there. Moving over to the Black Knights. Up against the MPP. And now, look at this. We watch from a high to see how the line changes, where those gaps are. There we go, there's a gap already. And they've tried to separate them off to be a 2v1 over here on the right-hand side. This is where they've got to be very, very careful. Because MPP up against the Black Knights. So you can see the Black Knights literally slowly with spikiness trying to push them inwards. And they've lost a man in the left side. That's then going to give the opponents the advantage. And are they going to push that advantage? Yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. And now you can see Black Knight's Blitzkrieg there, fighting for his life as the last member of the Black Knights is finished off by MPP. And so there you have it. GG's in the chat. As we make our way in between the wood. Because who doesn't want to go in between the wood? And so we make our way here to find out what's going on with the likes of CCP up against Poozy. Oh, hello, Brighton Leg. Now, that's interesting, because you're up against CCP. Now, obviously, they've got Troyster in there. They've got Hypno. And they've got Emboz. Black Poom. Okay. And who else have they got? They've got Hertz. There's Troyster. And Brighton Leg. So you can see they're missing the likes of Dommy and a few others. So not exactly what you would say a pale shadow of the Pussy team, but a variation. So such is life. Real life gets in the way of such things, as you can imagine. So look at them. CCP moving in, trying to corral Pussy together. And Pussy trying to be as spiky and as objectionable as they possibly can. And you can see them circling around. Look at the centre there. Pussy's centre being pushed pretty hard. And look at how broken up this line is. This could be an opportunity for them. They've just got to finish off a few people on one side. And this could be the key moment that they're looking for as Pussy, obviously. There we go. The first kill is CCP. And that then gives them the advantage of numbers. You can see it's 4 versus 4. Another kill. And this time it's 3v3. So the kills were traded. As we watch Pussy push back on the CCP. Or CCCP. And we're watching them as they try and maneuver. They go in for a little bit of a stab attempt there, but it wasn't successful. That little poke. Look at this. So Amaterasu going up against the Snappers. And there's the kill. This is going to be the moment where they're going to try and corral them together. The CCCP fighting back with gusto. There we go. Oh, who's this? It's Twister, sorry, from the CCP, fighting 2-man from Poozy, doing a fantastic job of defending himself against these 2 attackers. And he's trying to get in there. And he's doing a fantastic job, really, really good, but he couldn't hold them off forever. And sadly, Twister is felled. But a fine fight shown by Twister. Absolutely stonking fight there. So 5-4 Snappers. Nice comeback. So let's have a look at the doodah. So you can see there in the final stages. So you got Amaterasu against MPP. You've got the Virgins against the 13E. That'll be an interesting fight. Pussy against CCP, which is currently underway, and the Legends versus Snappers. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So, let's see what's going on down here. It's Virgins. We found Virgins. Yes. There's Yane. is Golden, Vortex, Hipper, Barrow, and yeah, the name, whose name I can't pronounce, and the fact that he mentioned in my comments. So yeah, thank you to you. Please change your name to Bob. Or, I don't know, something. Le Bob. I have no idea. Just something that I can pronounce, please. Probably going to make a really, really complicated name now. Anyway, that's the Virgins. And apart from the battlefield on the other side, here are the members of the 13E. There's Gontank, Kennedy, Narrow. These are all names I've remembered. Nuke. Is that Nuke or Knock? No, it's Knock. Blackbeard, another name I recognise. Tardet, obviously. So, the 13E versus Virgins. Who will prevail? Based on the name, you would say the 13E, because obviously Virgins don't really have a good history with prevailing. Maybe being deflowered, possibly, but not prevailing. Let's just wait and see how it turns out, because obviously they are pretty damn good. He says, cursing them by getting them killed there. And now, the 13E are trimming away at the Virgins. Now you can see they've got the advantage in a 5v3, and they're corralling them in, pushing them further and further. And the last two are remaining. Down goes the last Virgin. Sad. But the 13E managed to hold them. And we've got other battles going on as well. So you can see over here, we fly to see the favourites, Amaterasu, the French behemoths. And there's Lama, or Lama, and Flo from MPP. Down goes a member of the enemy, Amaterasu. Dead. Or we'll have to wait and see. There's Higned. 1, 2, 3, 4 ED. And now he's Higned. Oh well, never mind. Now MVP gonna get a round back against Amaterasu. And he's gotta be kept. Okay, maybe he won't be. Okay, so interesting. Turn up for the books there. Hello. Spectators as well. Always good to see. And the 13E. And the Virgins facing off again. Now, I thought it was 6v6, but yeah, I think they've lost a man. That's fair to say. Well, I think they've lost a man on each side. Yep, now they've lost 2 men on one side to 1 on the other. Now they're going to start pushing their advantage. Back, the 13E. Down goes the remaining members of the Virgins. Oh dear, bad landing. Okay. So we'll have a look over here on section 3. Correction. The camera won't, but we will. Amaterasu finishing off their opponents with minimal losses by the looks of it. They're going to be pleased with that. Over here on the numero deuce, we're going to have the Snappers. There's Irish. And they're going up against Legends. So, the rusty and creaky old Legends. There's French melee players. There's Tib. Elsyard. There's Shadle said, oh god. Now, it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, they've lost 1 already. That's going to be a problem for them. Let's see how they acquit themselves. And they've lost another in the centre. But they've managed to pay back one of the kills onto the enemy, but they're still down in numbers. And that's going to be a problem for them. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Oh, look at that. A nice return kill into the enemy. And the Legends have managed to pull it back at the last moment. Wow. That's why, you know, skill is good, but skill and experience is priceless. Anyway, let's see what's going on the other battle sections. We move over to number 1. It is CCP versus Poozy, the Black Poom himself. Beware the Black Poom. There's Emboz. Oh, fine kill as well, assisted by Hypno. Pussy Butter, obviously. Oh, goodness me. There's Axloom. Meat Flaps. Okay. Not really saying much to that. Sorry. It's not Pussy, it's Meat Flaps. It's just, yeah. I'm just waiting for an entire team called Dick. And then Dick either taking on the Virgins or Pussy. Yeah, that's definitely got to be a thing that happens. Go Team Dick. Anyway. Blackbeard from the 13E. Looking for people to murder. And he's going to look to try and double team over here on the right side. But his mate Tardek gets killed. And now Blackbeard is barreling backwards. But he gets killed. Now it's going to be a major problem for them. And they get finished off, the 13E. Brutally murdered. We look over on Arena 1. Where they're still not cleaning up the bodies. And that looks like a win there for CCP. And Pussy, obviously, fighting back. There's Snappers. Oh, that was sneaky. There's XT from Legend. What I love the most about Napoleonic Wars players is the nervous energy that they all have. To just get in there and start bashing people's heads in. So we're over here looking at the Virgins versus 13E, and the 13E lost a number of people to the Virgins previously. Oh dear. And so it's proving again the 13E. Oh, look at that, a quick jump out and a stab. But now the Virgins are pouncing. And it's going to be a problem for the 13E to hold them back. Especially with just 2 men. Correction, 1 man. And Narrow is even narrower now, especially with the holes that are in him. But never mind. So, the Virgins doing quite well there in that round. So we fly in the wrong direction, because we're an idiot. But never mind. Anyway. Here we are. CCP. And Poozy. See what I mean about the nervous energy? See? Just can't help themselves. They've got to keep the not the stress levels, but the adrenaline levels high for the forthcoming battle. Oh, and I have to say, again, the maid service for this league is not impressive. Do not like the lack of cleanup in this aisle. So, Marxiel. There's Brain Dead Descent. Volubat. Possibly. Volubiot. So. Oh, hello. Spectator here from CIS watching the battle. There's Black Poom. Emboz defending himself from an onslaught. Coming in from Worsty from CCP, who's... Wow, he manages to back off and kill an enemy. But sadly, it was not enough as the Pussy train wreck was on its way and politely ran him down. But, you know, these things happen. You know, you can only stare a train down for so long before it hits you in the face. Amaterasu, Chuckster. And Chuckster again. And there's Higned. And Higned again. Zenon. Look at this, they're down. 1 man in numbers. Look at this. But they're a force to be reckoned with, as we know from previous battles. You watch them as they move dozy-do around each other, trying to get that first all-important stab. See, they're going in for that reach, but they've got to be careful. They don't want to reach out too far. Overcommit like that. Oh, wow. But that was an overcommit chance that actually paid off for the members of Amaterasu. And look at this. You can see them trying to separate the group. The boys are staying well together here. And then, oh, that was a turn up for the books as a trade-off for one player and one player apart for Amaterasu and MPP, and they're being very cautious because they know they have to be, as these guys are known killers. They're pointing a 17-incher at you. You know you're in trouble. Look at that. Quick attempt at a quick stab and a grab. Look at these boys trying to stay together. And that was the problem. As soon as he broke up, Flo gets diddled from behind. That was the problem they always had there. That's unfortunate. So, another battle over in A2. I just love flying through these things. Just such a dynamic shot. It just looks so good. Okay, so Snappers versus the Legends. And there's Shadeless Zed. We just call him Shade. It's easier. There's Tib. See? That I like. A simple name that I can pronounce. Tib. Although they'll probably tell me that that's not how it's pronounced. There's Gibby. And you can see them probing the defences of the Snappers. But the Snappers are kind of holding them off. Now, this is the problem that they've got. The Snappers now need to get together. Oh, look at that. 2 kills into the Legends. Very quick succession. Numbers are being pared down here. Mike is having to get away. And now the numbers. The Legends. 2 versus 3 against the Snappers. But not to be discounted. On the back foot. Can the Snappers get their advantageous first stab? As they keep trying to sneak in for a quick stab on the... oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, this is where he goes in for the first kill. Oh, that was fantastic. And Legends really trying to go 2v2 now. Mano a mano. Look at that. The way they keep turning. And another kill. Oh, the tactics here by Legends. Holy crap. That was just poetry in motion by these two fellas. Extra Sun and Gibby. That was just poetry in motion, ladies and gentlemen. And tactics in the field. Good stuff indeed. So we move over to see Amaterasu, King Achilles, up against Flo and the other members of the MPP. LCO of Rohan. These boys are getting ready to go. Look at that. There's a face and a half right there. See, quite a normal face. See, that's what I love about also these Napoleonic Wars players. They always seem to have faces that either, you know, basically have got chins that, you know, you could plough snow with. Or it looks like they've been smacked in the face with a shovel, you know, flattened face. It's, yeah, real unique faces chosen by these players. Let's see how these boys get on against each other. MPP versus Amaterasu. There we go, a kill by MPP into the first of Amaterasu. King Achilles, they found the Achilles point. That's not going to do him very well. Right in the tendon, he was taken down. Now they have a disadvantage in numbers. 6v5. And there we go, they've trimmed the numbers down. That's going to be very important for the members of Amaterasu. Another name which I struggle to pronounce because why not? There you go. Virgins versus the 13E. The Virgins were successful. Now, numbers are relatively equal. Yep, numbers are equal. And look at that, they're going for that first of all important stab. Look at that side stab, very, very important there. From Chuckster from Amaterasu. And now they are corralling their enemy together, and they're literally going to try and separate them out into numbers. That's exactly what happened. Wow. Beautiful stuff there from Amaterasu. And they've got an audience as well. So, A2 is away. And let's see what's going on over here with the Snappers and the Legends. We're watching Shade. And numbers have been trimmed down. It looks like the Legends have the advantage in numbers. There's Drake. Correction, now the numbers are equal. Or they're not equal anymore. The numbers are being trimmed down continuously by the Legends. And there's another trimming finished off there. For poor old Snap Mike. He won't be snapping anymore. Now let's have a look at the doodads here. There you go. Pussy versus CCP. Pussy and the Virgins moving up. It's going to be, I reckon, probably Amaterasu versus the Virgins. Maybe the Legends versus Pussy, in which case the final could be Pussy versus Amaterasu again. Which will be interesting because obviously Pussy with their reduced roster. Going to be a trickier fight for them. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. As we continue to watch Tib from the Legends limbering up. Getting those all-important stabbing muscles nice and warm. Ready for the forthcoming murderization that will occur. There's Gibby. Now, let's see what's going on. Well, there's Nubis from Snappers. They're all doing their calisthenics, so, you know, I mean, there's Firefly running on the spot. And a little bit of calisthenics over here on, I mean, you can see Irish just conserving energy quietly. And then they are now away. Oh dear. Murdering occurring. The Snappers have taken down some members of the Legend team. As they are now fighting on the back foot over here on the left flank. And they've been separated away from the main section. And you've got this gentleman here, Drake, who is trying to fill that gap. And it's a tough gap to fill there in the center because the opponent is being very spiky and very aggressive. There's G from the Snappers. So you can see the Snappers. There we go. Another kill into the Legends. The Legends slowly being pared down in numbers. They get a kill onto the likes of Snapper. And now it's going to be a difficult situation for them. The Legends are now being corralled in the corner. And they're fighting back with great brutality. Yeah, that's why you don't discount the Legends, ladies and gents. Wow. That was pretty insane. So, nothing going on in 1. Some stuff in 3. Everyone's dead in 4. There is 4. I have to check every now and then. Brain like a goldfish. So, Amaterasu, King Achilles, Chuckster, and the boys. Possibly girls, we don't know for certain. Against an MPP. Waiting to go. And here they go. Let's see how they get on. As you can see now, the movement of the squad. Very deliberate. Trying to keep that center as close together. Now, the only thing is you can see is the team does get like a bit of space between them. Maybe, you know, sort of like 6-7 feet between them. That can lead to that particular space being jumped by an enemy and pushing an advantage. But also, it's kind of a way to lure somebody out like that into a position where they can be brutally murdered. And there's Zayden 4 with some fine stabbing going on. Oh, goodness me. That was like being run over by a manic steamroller. They just got flattened. Heavens above. Yeah, see what I mean? Nervous energy. Yeah, nervous energy. Complete nutters, a lot of them. But that's why I love the Napoleonic War community. No shortage of silly people. Oh, goodness me. What's going on here? Are these two having... Oh, look at that. Morris loves Ribena. Good for Morris. Man of good taste, clearly. So, we move back to the murdering arena. With Red still having a seizure. And their opponents from MPP... awaiting the off. Now, I'm guessing the... Yeah. No, are they ready to go? Yep, they look ready. Now, Amaterasu. There we go, 6-4. Interesting stuff. And there we go, a kill into Amaterasu already from MPP. Giving them a number advantage almost immediately. They're down to 5. The enemy has 6. Correction, the enemy has 5. Always when I say these numbers, and somebody always ends up making a liar out of me. Just happens every single time without fail. Just so silly. But anyway. Oh, Pussy versus Not Legends. On a A4, I believe it is. That's going to be an interesting battle. But meanwhile, as he falls over his English, Zenon. Oh, was that a team kill? That looked like it may have been a team kill, but... Oh, heavens above. Amaterasu finish off their enemy very quickly and efficiently. 7-4 against MPP. Well played by Amaterasu. We'll have to see what's going on next. Let us go to the brackets and do that wonderful thing called refresh. So, Amaterasu versus MPP. Going to be up against whoever wins that. Once they filled it out, which was Amaterasu, they'll be going on to take on the Virgins. And it's Pussy versus Legends in the semi-finals. And then obviously the winner of those semi-finals will go on to fight on the finals. The loser of the semi-finals will go in to fight in the 3rd place bronze match. So, in case you weren't aware, that's how it's going to be done. So, let's see what's going on. There's Legend Shade. And Legend Drake. And there's Elisiad. Now, what's going on over here? Oh, there's Brighton Leg. Troyster. There's Hertz. Wow, look at that face. Goodness me, that's a face of experience written in the lines and wrinkles in that face. Mouth like a bass shark. See, at least this one's relatively normal. Axloom. Of course, Poozy Meat Flaps. There's Hypno. See, now, at least Hypno looks relatively normal. He says. And there's Emboz. Also looking buxom and lovely. So, we shall... Shade getting fruity. As these boys are all ready for the off. Poozy versus the Legends. This is going to be interesting to see. There's Morris loves Ribena. Don't know what he's doing down there. But a great name. I love that. Morris loves Ribena. Oh dear. Troyster seems to have committed suicide, but he's been revived. Thanks to the healing power of the admin. Bodies everywhere. Bodies everywhere. See, now, at least the maid has visited and has cleaned up this area. And another mass suicide. Here we go. So, Amaterasu and the Virgins to A3. That's where it's going to be fought, in that area that needs cleaning. And we move back to A1. Oh heavens, Legends versus Pussy. Troyster going in. And now you can see the Pussy team corralling the Legends. Now they've got the numerical advantage. Clustering them in the corner. Going in for a stab and a grab. But the Legends managed to pick off a few right at the end. And Pussy have to be very careful not to get complacent. Up against a legend. Well, they stab him in the bottom, so that'll do as best as anything, I suppose. But, you know, you got to be careful about being complacent. Underestimating your enemy. Always a fatal mistake to make. Oh, hello, Mr. Piece of Wood. Oh, aren't you lovely? Anyway. Random. Virgin Donkey Ryan. And here's Golden. And Barrow. Oh! Bit of fruitiness occurring in the centre here. And it looks like A4 will be Amaterasu. Who? Steinman. Okay. And Virgin's Golden. So the Virgins versus Amaterasu. The French Juggernaut. The new generation. Pay attention, they have something to say. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. I suppose, I don't know. God only knows what they're saying. But obviously, no doubt, hurling abuse at each other in French. Anyway. Oh, hello, you. Darling chick from the Virgins. Fine beard as well on the gentleman. And you can see now that it looks like the Virgins have lost their 6th. No, they've got another in. So they should be good to go. Righty-ho, let's have a look over here. Golden Holt, send me a picture of your screen. Right now. There we go. Oh, heavens. The Legends. Going after Pussy. They're on the Pussy hunt. And now it's not looking good for Pussy as they're being trimmed in numbers. Oh god, they're being given the Brazilian. Yep, that's pretty much it. The round didn't go well for Pussy there. But obviously they are taking on Legends. Never an easy task. Look on number 2. Nothing. Looks like a gap between teeth, that, no really. But anyway. And nothing on 3. We'll move over to 4. Hello, number 4. Come in, number 4. Your time is up. As we look at the Virgins. See, I'm going to have to Google that name to find out how to pronounce it. I might just call him Quen, because it's just easier. But oh my god, what a face. Look at that. Look at that nose. God, you could land a plane on that nose. It's awesome. So, here we go, with the Virgins waiting to take on the likes of Chuckster. Another man with a serious face. Look at that. Concentration. And there's Achilles. Another fine gentleman with a beard. Oh my goodness. Big Ned. Or Higned, I should say, sorry. What is that face, sir? Wow. Looks like he got stuck in the lift. There's Red. And over on the side here, Zenon. So, number 4 getting ready to go. And we should be away soon. So, but this time we're doing, because we're doing the quarterfinals, you know, like the bracket stages and all the rest of it, means you don't have to trawl through a 3.5 hour video. Just to get to the point you want to. So, the battle is commenced. As we're looking at Quen and Zenon facing off against each other. Look at that. It's getting a little bit spicy over here on the right side. There we go. Another push in. Coming in by the Virgins. As a result of that, Amaterasu are rotating around to try and stay out of the way of the attacking enemy. And they reach and they've managed to trim off another number. Now they've got the advantage in numbers. And they can start to corral their enemy. There we go. Another trim. Going on to Barrett, and another one. This is going to be their opportunity to strike and finish the job. That's exactly what happened. So, happened pretty much as we expected there after they trimmed off all those important numbers. So, let's move. Let's have a quick check of the brackets. Check our brackety things. There you go, see? Amaterasu versus the Virgins. Pussy versus Legends. Now, won't it be interesting if Amaterasu ends up against the Legends? Because that will basically be an all-French final with the old generation and the new generation of French melee players. That will be interesting. Obviously, Pussy versus Amaterasu, a replay of a previous final. Virgins versus Legends could be interesting as well. But it's going to be interesting regardless, because obviously they got to be good to get this far. So, let's see how things are going for Amaterasu. Achilles with a fine stab to finish off the battle there. As it looks like the Legends are doing a number on Pussy. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. So, I mean, personally, I would like to see an all-French final between the old guard and the new guard. That would be very interesting. Obviously, from a point of view of history, I think Pussy would like to be able to get revenge on Amaterasu for their very close loss in a recent commentary done by me. Now, let's see. Over here on arena number 1, the Legends versus the Pussies. Dommy, Brighton leg. It could be Dommy, you never know. Now it looks like the Legends are being trimmed. Oh, goodness me, but they've managed to pick the numbers back, and another member of Pussy taken down. There's our Dommy Brighton leg and Troyster fighting for survival against the remaining members of the Legends team, and he's getting cornered. That's exactly what I was afraid was going to happen. And the Legends finishing them off. The final moment. And over here on arena number 4, there's Amaterasu. Still fighting against the likes of the Virgins. So 4-2 by the sound of it for Legends. Gonna be interesting. And there's that nervous energy as we move over to number 1. And say hello to Pussy and Legends. Now we look here as the left flank of Pussy is starting to get a little spiky and a bit spicy over there on the left side. But it's being held by the Legends. And they're doing a good job, but it looks like the right flank has started to fall. This is going to be a problem for Pussy, because now the Legends are going to round on them and trim the numbers down significantly. That's exactly what they're doing. They're starting to crawl them together. Pussy in the corner. This is not a good situation for them, and it looks like any second the Legends are going to pounce and finish the job. But they've got to be careful. There we go. Look at them going in, attacking together as a team. Wow, attacking in pairs as well. That was really, really impressive to see. And unfortunately, Pussy could only hold back for so long before they were all brutally murdered. So, we move over to the Virgins. And Amaterasu fighting it out. Oh, blimey, look at that stab right in the back of the thigh. Took him out, so they've now got the numerical advantage as the line starts rotating around. And it looks like they've lost one of their team members. So it looks like the Virgins have equaled the number against Amaterasu. And now You can see the way the line keeps rotating around, looking for that all-important kill, possibly in the center. Maybe, because the center could be a kill in the center means the center would weaken. But they do have a numerical disadvantage, and look at the way they're just constantly rotating around, trying to probe the defenses on the right at the same time as being as defensive and spiky as possible on the left. And look at them going in for that very cheeky stab and grab if they possibly can. But the Virgins being very cautious because they know they can get punished by this team. As they continue to follow around. As look at that left flank starting to get brutally poked at. And there we go. Somebody went out for a little bit of a stab and a grab and got punished for it. Oh, look at that. But Amaterasu managed to turn the tables very quickly. And the Virgins have been deflowered. Oh dear. Poor Virgins. We move over to the Pussy. And Legends. So we got Shade here. Another kill. And another kill, and it's 3v1. The Pussy's about to get torn up, and that's exactly what happened. Oh dear. So, hello. Waiting for the Virgins to off. Against Amaterasu. With, of course, Higned. 243 ED. With a face only a mother could love. Or possibly a face a mother's slapped in the face with a shovel, but, you know, as is not a reason why. As we watch Janny. Golden. Hipper. Oh dear, the late Vortex. Oh, this is going to be a problem for Quen. Yep, and so it proves to be overridden on the numbers there. Oh, this is really bad here for the Legends. They've got their numbers pared down seriously. They're in danger of being absolutely brutalized, and that's exactly what happened. Now, Pussy are going to be pleased with that. It's a very dominant round as far as they're concerned, right there. So, always pleasure to see great fighting as the Virgins get themselves ready for the onslaught of Amaterasu. And so we wait for the off. So, let's see, shall we? And if you're still listening to this 52 minutes in, I salute you. So, there you go. There's Chuckster and the boys getting ready to go up against Jan. Look at these lots. Look at that lovely face. Okay. There's Chuckster. Another man with no chin. The chinless wonder. Achilles with a fine beard. I don't know what they're waiting for. But they're getting a little antsy. They want to get in and start murdering. As now we move over to Legends and Pussy. And you can see now there's another kill into Pussy. Now the numbers are down. This is where Pussy are in real trouble. Yep, that's exactly what we suspected to see. But he managed to force a team kill onto Legends, but... Wow. I think Legends may have just beaten Pussy, in which case, if Amaterasu win their battle against the Virgins, which, as they are the favourites, as they've proven themselves to be very dominant, although probably not in this particular round, although we do never discount them, except for when they've been murdered like that, even if they manage to force a team kill, it could be an all-French final. We'll have to wait and see. So, let's do a quick refresh again. There you go. Legends into the final. Now it's between Amaterasu and the Virgins. The Virgins looking to get into their first final. So the pressure's on. The mouse will be wobbling with tension and nervousness. I know what that's like. I've played in competition type games where you can feel the shaking in your hand when you're playing. I've done that in both games, online and in real life. So tension, quite real. And there we go, a quick attempt by Red to go in and do a quick stab and a grab. Didn't pay off, got very quickly parried away. As now you can see the Legends starting to try and envelop. Now look at this, the Legends have managed to trim one off on the right side. Possibly. No, they haven't actually, that was a corpse from previously. This is the thing, very annoying where we got just bodies littering the place. So, let's have a look at our numbers. We got 3 there, 5. And it's against 4. No, 5 of the Legends. So, it's equal in numbers. But it may soon not be. As there we go. Amaterasu. Quen just claimed him there. And now they can start pushing back against the members of Legends. Sorry, members of Amaterasu. And this is going to be an opportunity for Amaterasu to go in and get a kill. But they get killed in return. And they then go in with some fine stabs. As they kill numbers over here on the left side. As now Amaterasu are in a 3v2 situation. There's a 1v1 over on the right hand side. A 2v1. And this is going to be a 3v1 against Amaterasu. And the Virgins take it. Wow. Blimey. So, very possible that this is the final semi-final. Obviously, Amaterasu and Virgins. So, Poozy, sadly for them, are down into the bronze match. Ugh. As I move, because I'm getting a slightly numb bum. Sitting here for too long. Currently 57 minutes. Oh boy. Look at this. So, and a kill very quickly into one of the Virgins. Amaterasu immediately start rolling up the enemy as they've lost a man in the center as well. So the numbers... Oh, look at this 3v1 over here as Red is trying to fight his way back. He's survived for so long. Wow. Blimey, that was pretty intense. So, the Virgins, buoyed by the recent victories they've had, are going to be looking to finish off Amaterasu and make their way into their first final. If they don't, then it's an all-French final. The old guard versus the new guard. Let's see what happens. Obviously, it would be nice to see the Virgins in the final, because it would be their first, I believe. Either way, we'll still be promised... Oh, goodness me! Virgins cut down on the right flank very quickly. And now you can see them being corralled in by the Legend... Oh, sorry, by Amaterasu. And now they have the numerical advantage, but not by much. All it's going to do is a sudden reach out in the wrong moment. Somebody's going to get an opportunistic stab. And that's almost exactly what happened. And look at the way Amaterasu are corralling them into the corner so they can pounce. There we go. There's a kill on the right. There's a kill on the left. A kill in the middle. And the final man falls. Wow. Pretty intense stuff. So we're just trying to get confirmation if that is the end of that semi-final. Because who doesn't enjoy a semi? Let's wait and see. 7-3 maybe? Trying to confirm if it's first to 10. There's a name I remember. Epic Pizza, of course. So we're just waiting for confirmation. As Amaterasu are ready. There we go. There's a first stab attempt there by the Virgins on the right flank of Amaterasu. Manages to claim a number. But look at Amaterasu starting to corral the Virgins into one particular corner. So they can start to pin them in. Trim off those numbers. Get the kills they need to. But look at that, out of position. Oh heavens, that's going to be a very quick kill for Amaterasu. And that's going to be a problem now. So Hipper in trouble, being attacked by 3 people. He won't be able to hold it off forever, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And Jan is finished off. And Amaterasu make it to another final. Wow. Look at that. One of the most difficult things to do in any competition game or competitive game is consistency. It's incredibly hard to do. So, some random murdering occurring while we wait for the boys and girls to get themselves ready. And I believe it's the first of 15 in the final. Ah, hello Mr. Epic Pizza. Another man with no chin. So, let's just go while they set everything up and get everything going. And while we keep pressing refresh for them to upgrade or update the doodah. See, Legends, Amaterasu, boom. And then so, that means the Virgins will go to the bronze match and fight it out against Pussy. And yeah, we're going to have an all-French final. And it probably stands to be an absolute belter. Oh, hello. There we go. They've cleaned up the... Yep, they've cleaned it up. I would say they've cleaned it up and then they just went and murdered everybody. So, now we have more murdering occurring. So, let's just wait and see, shall we? Come on, update. Right, so let's have a look. The Virgins. It's going to be Pussy, yeah, so this will be the bronze match. Watched by Mr. Epic Pizza from Gordon's. So, now whether or not the final will be fought on one of these other locations, I don't know. But maybe they're deciding to fight the bronze match first before the final, so everyone can watch the final rather than the final being fought at the same time as the bronze match. So, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Who's to say? Anyway, let's have a look, see what's going on over here. Nothing. See, a whole load of nothing is going on around here. All the action is occurring on number 2. And there we go. We're off. And I'll keep yawning. I do apologise. Happens when you get to my age. Oh dear, Virgins. Lost a man already. And Vortex finished off here. And another man finished off here by Pussy. Now Pussy looking to push the advantage. That's exactly what they do. They trim the numbers. Oh, it looks like it's now a 3v2. Pussy got to be careful. Now it's a 2v2 situation. So the Virgins managed to pull it back with some fine play and some opportunistic stabbing and grabbing. And of course some nice stabby goodness. Look at this, the fine parries, the blocks. As these guys are going in. The Virgins. And Pussy. Hypno, there's a name, there we go. Pussy Butter Hypno's in there. Oh, the butter's just been spread. Oh, goodness me. Never mind. So. Morris loves Ribena. Good for Morris. Or Morris again. There's Brighton Leg. Axloom. We call him Axie. Or Axlo. There's Hertz. There's Emboz. And there's Hypno. It's getting late. I'm getting old. Right. Well then. Let's see. There's Quen. Is he about to get air conditioned? Courtesy of many holes. He's fighting for his life. It's a 2v2 over here. And a 2v1 over there. And down goes Quen. Down goes Golden. Last man standing is no more. So fine going in there from Poozy. Finishing off those members. And there's Hipper. And Barrow. Looking buxom. Lovely. There's Quen. Looking like Quen. But anyway. So. Yawning again? God damn it. Now, there we go. A quick kill into Vortex. Or Vorts. Vortex. Yeah, we're calling Vortex Jan now. The Virgins have got it all to do. Pussy rounding on them very quickly. And snuffing them out. Now. Over here. The Legends. And Amaterasu. It is the old guard versus the new guard. Two French behemoths up against each other. Gonna be interesting to see. As I have to basically... Okay. Rearrange myself every now and then, you know, because otherwise numb bum. And, you know... Gotta freshen it up. And more yawning. So much yawning. Jeez. 1 hour and 8 minutes thus far. And we haven't even started the final yet. And this is the battle that we want to see. This is the... Basically the whippersnappers versus the old gits. And we'll see who shall prevail. Will youth and enthusiasm prevail over age and experience? Okay, maybe not for that one. But we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Without many yawns, I hope. God. So, they continue the battle over there as on arena number 1, numero uno, watched by Mr. Epic Pizza. Looks like they were nearly underway for a brief second there. Are they waiting to get another? No, they've got 6. I think they're waiting for the off from the admin. Under the watchful gaze of Mr. Pizza. More yawns. Damn it. So, these guys, as you can see, they're itching to get into the battle. Ready to go. Just waiting for the okay. There we go. We're underway. Amaterasu versus the Legends. Oh, look at this already. They're starting to push the center. Amaterasu managed to push it back with a little bit of spiky goodness. Look at this going in for that side attack. Amaterasu trying to push the Legends through the middle if they possibly can. Getting a little bit aggressive in the center, but you notice there they're trying to double team over. You can see Higned over here on one side trying to avoid the double teaming. Look at that. He got a nice quick stab on the enemy, but he didn't manage to get the kill. And there we go. It goes into the Legend. Oh dear, that's going to turn out to be a bad situation for Amaterasu. Now the Legends have turned it around. It's a 5 versus 3 situation. Amaterasu are on the back foot, and they managed to stab their way out of it. Now it's a 3v2 situation. Legends Gibby over on the left flank. Shade on the right. You can see them swapping over the position. They're going to corral them into this corner. And then basically see if they can get an opportunistic stab. And he goes in for a quick stab. And it's very opportunistic. And it's very dangerous for them. And look at that. The way the Amaterasu managed to make it out of that position. Intact. With no deaths. Look at this. And there goes another member. And that very important stab coming in there from Gibby. And that's the first round on the board to the Legends. Wow. Legends with the first score on the board. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see how Amaterasu managed to turn this around. If they manage to, we don't know. Obviously, them being a juggernaut of melee ability, they definitely have the skills to do it. Can they prevail over the experienced crusty old farts on the other side of the arena? We'll have to wait and see. But this is definitely a flagpole raising moment for melee in the French community. And we're away again. Gonna watch from up here is where you can see the tactics at play. And it looks like... Yep, it looks like the Legends have lost one of their men already. And Amaterasu have now lost one of theirs. So the numbers are equal. Oh, correction. Amaterasu have trimmed the numbers of Legends, so it's now 5v4. Oh, look at that. Amaterasu with a brutal display on the Legends. Including a nice team kill onto King Achilles. So, just goes to prove Amaterasu are not to be discounted. They can turn it around very, very quickly on your enemy if you get a little bit too complacent or over-ambitious or reach too far for that all-important first stab, and you then get a stab in return. Let's see. As I pause to stretch. Oh. Oh, stretching complete. And How's that for timing? So, let's see what's going on here. Look at this, the right flank of Amaterasu taking a bit of damage. But the Legends, there we go, look at that. The Legends starting to fold on the left side as Amaterasu are trying to push the advantage. But the numbers still remain consistent between the two teams. They've each lost a man apiece. And look at this in the centre, they're going in for a side stab, an opportunistic side stab returned onto Legends, and now Legends are in danger of being murdered horribly. And that's exactly what happened. Amaterasu showing absolutely no mercy whatsoever. Good stuff. 2-1 to Amaterasu. Now. Yawning. Oh dear. Well, I gotta go to bed as soon as I finish this and try and get as much sleep as I possibly can before work in the morning. Yay. So, they're off. Or possibly not. So, just checking a few things. Oop. Let's see. And here we are on the final, away with another round. Amaterasu have the advantage over the Legends. It's going to be interesting to see. Oh, down goes one of the Legends in the centre. A fine reaching stab there by Amaterasu. And the Legends now immediately on the back foot as a result. But there you can see another man getting killed over there on the left-hand side. And now the Legends being corralled into a corner by Amaterasu. And trying to finish off as many of them as they possibly can, as quickly as they can. And that's exactly what happened. Wow. I don't think they lost a single person on that round. So a very dominant display there by Amaterasu. There's Chuckster looking a little bit bloody. 3-1. So the Legends need to bring it back. As Mr. Pizza continues to observe from his high castle. Let's see. The bronze final still continues over there. We're sticking for the time being with the grand finale. Waiting for them, trying to get the camera in the right position. Hopefully not to break your immersion. Now, you'll notice that the Legends centre there is a little bit weak. Now it's just been filled in. But the question is whether Amaterasu will try and push that advantage. And it looks like they're pushing the advantage over on the left-hand side. And now it means the Legends are being pushed on the back foot, as they're able to double team the members of the Legends. Yeah, that turned out not so good for them, obviously. You can see the way that basically what happened was the centre got a little bit weak. Amaterasu pushed that advantage, got a nice kill over on the left-hand side, and that started to crumble the left-hand side, or sorry, the right-hand side of Legends, and it went downhill from there, really. That just goes to show you how important keeping together, keeping a distance, making sure that you don't get picked off very quickly as a result of an opportunistic attempt to get a stab and a kill. We'll have to wait and see. As he pauses to adjust. Oh, num bum. And they're away. Now the advantage of this position is you can actually see the makeup of the line and how it varies. Now look at that, the Amaterasu line is getting quite aggressive and spiky in the center, less so on the left side. The right side seems quite nice, and there we go, look at that. Somebody reached in too far, got stabbed for his trouble. And now Amaterasu's left flank is starting to collapse. As Legends push in. Looking to get that all-important side stab. There we go, another side stab and another. And Amaterasu, there we go. Finished off, oh, very quickly. Yeah. You want to know what it gets like to be run over by a juggernaut? We just saw it. There you go, 7-2 in favour of Poozy, so that means Poozy will be the bronze position winners. Says he, checking his doodat. There you go, bronze match. Hasn't been updated yet. Updated faster. Anyway. Obviously, big thanks to all the admins and everybody that runs these kind of events. It's a thankless task to organise these kind of things. Getting everybody together in one place at one time, obviously made easier by the fact that a lot of these guys are in regiments and they're used to turning up at a set time and following orders and doing stuff in that regard. So the Napoleonic Wars community makes things like that a lot easier than it could be with other gamers. Oh dear, Amaterasu finished off very quickly by the Virgins. Blimey. Sorry, not by the Virgins, by the Legends. I do apologise. So the Legends turning it about there very quickly. 4-3 in favour of Amaterasu. So going to be interesting to see what happens. Now, look at the pings. All pretty damn good. I mean, Legends Drake with a 9 ping. Chuckster from Amaterasu with an 11. Kind of mad when you think about it. That's in milliseconds for the time it takes for the game client to go all the way over the internet to the game server and then back again. Pretty mad. And they're off. So, let's see. Who has the spikiest defense? Whose center is the most solid? I would say Amaterasu's center is most solid here. You can see that in the case of Legends, you've got a guy who's roaming from left to right. Oh, there's a first stab into Tib. Another stab into Elsie-Red. Now there's another stab into the Legends as the Amaterasu guys go ham on the enemy. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is there. So that will take it to 5-3 in favour of Amaterasu. So, a good response to the recent... What's going on here? King Achilles getting a little fruity. A good response to the loss of the previous round, obviously, to come back and win the next round with a pretty dominant display. We just have to wait and see if it turns into a consistent run or a flash in the pan. 5-3, Amaterasu. Oh, goodness me. Look at them getting ahead of themselves. There we go. So, Amaterasu in the red. Legends in the blue. And immediately, Amaterasu have lost a man on the left flank. And now this enables the Legends to start pushing the advantage. As the Legends then lose somebody on the right flank as well. The numbers are significantly down as a result of that. But look at them going in to try and get that all-important stab. And circling around and around and around as they lose Amaterasu in the centre. Another one. And then the Legends start to round and corral the enemy over to a corner to then better Oh, goodness me, but a nice return from Chuckster into Gibby. And now it's a 4v3 situation. They're looking to get in there and get a stab. And they've got to be so careful. Look at that. They're trying to get out. And there's another stab going in. And they charge in. And the Legends, Tib with a double kill there. He's going to be pleased with that. And Amaterasu. It's now 5-4. An all-French final. This is just, yeah. This is just glorious to watch. The flower of French melee skills on display here. As he pauses to it, just, yeah. Whew. I have to get a fan on me because I'm starting to build up a bit of sweat here. Because I'm actually working for a living. Who would have thunk it? Okay, so here we are looking at the next round. And you can see now that yeah, the Legends Center seems very fluid. The Amaterasu Center seems quite rock solid in comparison. Could it be that that's lost them a few rounds? For the Legends, difficult to say, but the point is they're able to compensate for any kind of movement, loss of numbers, things of that nature. They've got the individual skill. Oh, dear me. That's a murder on the left side there by Amaterasu. A nice kill into the remaining members of the Legends team. Good stuff. So you can hear the fan on the micro. 6-4. Amaterasu. I believe first to 15. Oh boy, yawning. So much yawning. Last video was 3 hours and something minutes. This one we're up to 1 hour and 27. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't break the 2-hour time limit. Because otherwise I will be half dead tomorrow. Which I'd rather I wasn't, to be honest. Call me old-fashioned, being dead at work. I don't think they kind of regard that very highly. So, let's see what's going on. Numbers-wise, equal. Yep. Always have to double-check myself. Now, look at this. The way that the fluidity of the Legends Center. It actually opens up there as they try and move, and then immediately somebody floats over to the left side and then back to the right side. And they're still trying to... Oh, there's the first stab into the Legends. Amaterasu have the advantage in numbers. That was quickly trimmed back to equal numbers. 4v4. Got to watch over here on the left side. Did you see that very quickly? Shade moved back to support his teammates now. On the left side. You can see them starting to get a little fruity. Oh, down goes Shade. He reached too far and got punished for it. Another member of Legends is finished off, and Amaterasu finish off the remaining members of the Legends team. Oh boy. Yawn, yawn, yawn. 7-4. Amaterasu. Right, well then. Whoa, Billy. You fan. Gotta be careful with me fan in case it chops my belly off. Don't want that. Just to blow some cold air on me, because it is starting to get a bit warm in this flat. Obviously with 2 computers running for an hour and 30 minutes. Tends to heat the place up. I do have portable air conditioning unit, but I can't really turn it on while the commentary's underway. Hence the small fan. So one of these USB fans just to blow a bit of cold air over me. Now let's see. Again, the fluidity of the Legends Center there. Oh, that's going to be a nice kill over on the left-hand flank by Amaterasu into Legends. And another kill into another Legends also being felled there as Amaterasu go in. Wow, I don't think they lost a single person there. Wow. So, Amaterasu showing why they are a force to be reckoned with in the Napoleonic War melee community. Let's see how the Legends recover from that recent round loss. Are we going to have an equal final as we did with Pussy and Amaterasu? There we go. You can see now that center of Legends being very fluid. Oh, and there's a kill into a Legend and another kill into Amaterasu. The numbers are now equal. Look at these guys getting very aggressive over on the left flank. Trying to separate out the numbers. As Amaterasu is trying to stay together and they're in danger of being split up. As you got one guy who's flowing through the center as now, there we go, and remember the Legends is killed over on the right flank and the Legends start to push in and corral the Amaterasu players and finish them off with some deadly bayonet work. That's exactly what happened. So, not a dominant display there by the Legends, but they did what they needed to do to win the round. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Unfortunately, because this is the final, which, if we do refresh, yay! Final, see? And there you go, Pussy with the bronze position. Means that we're being kept a live score by the admins. Very kind of them. And let's not forget, obviously, the difficulty of adminning such an event. I mean, getting players onto servers are like herding cats. But, we'll see. And so they're away. Look at how many viewers we've got here. Plenty of people watching the commentary. Oh, sorry, watching the battle. But obviously they'll have to listen to the commentary later. Don't really want to do this stuff live. Amaterasu have lost a man already. The Legends looking now to push the advantage. Amaterasu pushing man on the right flank and punishing Legends as who reach too far. And now you can see them slowly rotating back again. Trying to avoid getting poked into a corner. But that's exactly what the Legends are trying to do. Look at that. A quiet attempt to push out by Amaterasu. And now this is a situation Amaterasu don't want. And immediately look at them as soon as they started in danger of being cornered over on the right. They start pushing back on the left-hand side. You got 3 versus 3 over here on the left. And they've got to be very careful. Because the Legends will punish them. That's exactly what happened. Now you've got a 5-on-3 situation. Amaterasu are in a lot of danger now. It's 5v2. This is not going to go well for them. This is going to be a brutal ending. And they managed to kill off one of the Legends. Down goes the last but one. And finally, the beard. Oh, sorry, red goes down. So 8-5. Amaterasu. Whew. Yeah, I mean, I'd honestly be interested for people out there who make videos to try and commentate on an event like this for an hour and a half plus. It isn't as easy as you may think. Oh, it's 8-6. Okay. Right, well then. Now we just wait for them to get themselves together and get underway for the next round. As I start yawning. There we go. They're away. And now you can see, look at that fluid center of the Legends. Now, also with a slightly fluid center of Amaterasu. And there we go. They got a kill over on the Legends on the left-hand flank. Immediately they can start corralling them. But the Amaterasu have got to be careful. They've got to keep their center nice and spiky. And their right flank starting to fold back out of the way. And look at that. A nice push in on the left-hand flank by Amaterasu. They're pushing the advantage they've got with numbers now. As the other members of the Legends team are fighting for survival. Gibby and friends. Now it's a 3v2. Wow, that changed very quickly. This is a situation where Legends could potentially kill it back. They just need one opportunistic stab and a kill. And this could be a situation where it could be turned around at the last moment. Look at that. A quick oh, look at that. That's exactly what I thought would happen until finally Amaterasu caught it on the back end and managed to get an opportunistic stab at the final moment. And the round is theirs. Wow. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, it's actually first to 10. Match point. Amaterasu. So, the Legends have the pressure on them. The newbies, the new guys have the advantage. The old crusty farts are on the back foot. Can they dive into their depth of experience to pull it back? Or will the callow youngsters, with their sheer skill and enthusiasm for murdering, take it over the winning line? We'll have to wait and see. So, match point Amaterasu. You can see here the Legends, they're ready for the off. They want a piece of their enemy. And we're not sure why we're waiting. And we're off. Match point for Amaterasu. This is going to be the moment where they want to be very careful. They overreach, they get careless, and they could get punished for it. And they could end up at match point until the end of recorded time. Look at that. That very important quick jump in. There we go. A turn into the kill under Legends. Now the numbers have been pared down. Another kill there by Amaterasu on the left flank. Legends looking to be as spiky as possible. And now another kill. Or possibly a kill. A stab. Definitely done some damage. A little bit of a bleed. And they do have the advantage in numbers, but only by a single one. But the Legends, not to be discounted. Now they're being corralled together. This is going to be the dangerous moment. This is going to be the moment where Amaterasu are going to want to pounce and finish the job as quickly as possible. There we go. Going in for the opportunistic stab. And they did manage to get it. Legends being as spiky as they possibly can. Moving left, right and centre to try and avoid any kind of bayonet being thrust in their position and losing their advantage. Amaterasu got to be very careful, very probing the defences here. And there we go, going in for a quick opportunistic attempt at a stab as Legends slowly get forced into the corner. Amaterasu, you can see them still probing those defenses to try and get an opportunistic stab, but they got to be so careful. See what I mean? Those attempts to reach and stab. And there we go. That was so close to Amaterasu losing a member again. So close indeed. Look at these guys diving in there to try and get an all-important stab. And look how close they are. And there is an opportunistic stabbing from the Legends onto Amaterasu. Now the numbers are equal. Wow. This is intense stuff. Look at them going in for that all-important stab. Trying to get that reach with the long reach of the 17-inch bayonet. Trying to get that stab. Swing the melee blade across their enemy. Maybe get in for a stab. Oh, goodness me. Look at that. And a kill on the right-hand side. It's now 4v3. This could be a moment for Amaterasu to move in. There we go. Free. And it could be all over. Oh, there we have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Amaterasu are the winners. Congratulations to them for a fine melee battle. And they won 10-6 versus Legends. So, the crusty old farts definitely acquitted themselves very well. But obviously, the callow youngsters with their fast reactions and fast brains were able to win the match. And so there you have it. Another EGS group fight. Thank you for watching. I'm going to bed.